Hi, and welcome to Discover Oklahoma. I'm Lauren Nelson.
And I'm Dean O'Lally. Today we're coming to you from the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum in Oklahoma City.
Affectionately called the Cowboy, this location is a place you've got to visit, whether you're living in Oklahoma or just passing through. It's proudly described as America's premier institution of Western history, art, and culture. Founded in 1955, the museum promotes interest in the legacy of the American West and offers incredible educational opportunities. We'll take you around throughout the show.
But to get things started for this show, we're going to take a trip to a nearby but completely different type of museum.
Deanne Stein takes us to the Museum of Osteology.
Most people, when they hear skeleton museum, they have no idea what to expect, but we actually approach it from a very educational perspective.
Osteology is the study of bones, skulls, and skeletons, and visitors will see just that through thousands of different specimens.
It's really for people who love animals and are interested in the environment and all the animals that inhabit the world today.
The museum focuses on the form and function of the skeletal system, so when you come to visit, you can see more than 450 real skeletons from animals from all over the world.
All of the skeletons we have are donated to us from animals who had lived their lives at zoos, nature preserves, sanctuaries, aquariums, rehabilitation centers.
Most of the skeletons you see are from animals still living today, from mice and primates to a giraffe and even a 40-foot humpback whale.
They tend to learn better when they're doing something as opposed to just sitting at a desk.
Crystal Moser brought her kids here for the first time and did the scavenger hunt.
Definitely made the kids look more closely, at reading the things and being interested, and then having them question some of it too, not just walking by and looking.
I really like the wolves and the cheetahs and stuff because those are like my favorite animals and stuff. Just seeing those are pretty cool.
A lot of the younger kids, they really like to go to the animals that they know and are familiar with, so lions and tigers and bears.
The museum opened in 2010, showcasing the private collection of J. Villamoret, who started collecting bones after finding a dog skull in the woods when he was just 7 years old. It took 7.5 years to build all the skeletons in the exhibits, all done by the museum's parent company, Skulls Unlimited. And with a remodeling of the exhibits underway, more are being added all the time, including this new one focused on human forensics and anatomy.
So in that exhibit, we talk about different medical preparations, different pathologies and trauma. We study diseases on bone, basically how wounds and different conditions affect healthy bone.
It holds skulls of children and adults, and even that of Jay, the museum founder, whom some are shocked to find out is still living.
It was very odd to hold my skull.
Don't worry, this one is a replica.
Yes, this skull here is actually a 3D printing of my own skull. It's something that I always wanted to do, was to hold my own skull. And of course, it's very difficult to do when you're still using it.
A self-taught osteologist himself, Jay hopes by studying these animals, it will lead to conservation for the future.
It's my hope and dream that people leave here with a little more knowledge than they came with. People commonly ask us if this is a place that my 4-year-old's going to enjoy, and my answer is 100%, always. People really seem to enjoy what they have to see here.
Discovering Oklahoma and Oklahoma City, I'm Deanne Stein.
You'll find the Museum of Osteology at 10301 South Sunny Lane in Oklahoma City. They're open 7 days a week. Be sure to check their website for details.
So now we're going to head out of the big city for some downtime in rural Oklahoma.
There's no time like a winter weekend to book a cozy getaway. Tina McGarry takes us to the River of Love Cabins in Thackerville.
Nestled in scenic southern Oklahoma, a stone's throw from the Red River, tucked in the heart of Love County, you'll find a quiet, cozy couples retreat.
We have 5 cabins, all of which are secluded and private. Once you come here, it's set up for couples, so it's made for anniversaries, honeymoons. If you're just looking to surprise your significant other, you can come here, and it's a total detach from the world, and it's just a little slice of heaven. That's my best description I can give of it.
River of Love Cabins offers a romantic getaway, encouraging couples to escape the demands of everyday life and reconnect with each other.
Once you get to your cabins, you're surrounded by nature, and you're kind of tucked away into all these woods. And you just hear the creek running, you get to hear the birds chirping, you get to hear the wind blowing. It's something that you're not hearing sirens blow or horns honking, you know, it's a nice, relaxing sound and a nice environment.
Parker Liddell calls the cabins rustic luxury, beautifully decorated and fully furnished, featuring a hot tub or jacuzzi bath and a full kitchen. Each cabin has its own romantic theme and spectacular view. And if you'd like something a little different, there's even a 1940s railroad car known as the Love Train Caboose. The romantic railroad theme is carried out down to the tiniest detail.
And then you go to the Greenbrier, and it's a completely different feel. It's more of it's a homey. You have a jacuzzi tub indoors. You have an outdoor shower, which is totally, you know, it's stuff, we try to do stuff that people are like, wow, that's kind of cool to experience, let's try this.
The Love Shack is always one of the customer favorites. It's known as being one of the most romantic cabins. One of its unique features is the suspended bed.
I just love it out here. I think one of my favorite things is just how peaceful it is. You know, you have the hot tub out on the deck, and then you have the hammock out back. You can just lay there and just really relax.
With no cell phone service and no Wi-Fi, couples get to focus on relaxing and reconnecting with each other.
If you're looking for a place to escape and just collect your thoughts, and I mean, it's perfect. You're surrounded by nature, and it's extremely peaceful. Every time we've stayed out here, I just feel completely rejuvenated.
So our slogan are the 3 R's. It's rest, relax, and renew, and which is something that we didn't really come up with, but we have journals inside of each cabin. And so people just kept writing and hey, we feel so rested, we feel so relaxed, our marriage is renewed. And so we was like, hey, let's make this our slogan. And it just come about that way, and that's what we stuck with. And now it's on our business cards.
Rustic luxury and quality time with your love. And who knows, maybe you'll even carve your initials in one of the trees. In Thackerville, I'm Tina McGarry, Discovering Oklahoma.
The River of Love cabins are located just off Exit 5 along I-35 in Thackerville. Check out their website for more information on booking, rates, and directions.
Coming up on Discover Oklahoma.
My initial inspiration for the project was to create something that would have a nighttime interest for downtown Enid specifically.
When the sun goes down, you'll want to see this work of art in Enid.
They can come in and just explore and find a new craft for themselves, or just make something personal for someone in their lives.
Plus, getting creative on your next trip to T-Town.
Walk in here, you'll walk into a little bit of Germany.
And take a trip around the world without leaving the state. We'll show you how when Discover Oklahoma continues.
Imagine limitless possibilities with the Oklahoma Travel Guide. Imagine world-class wonderlands, road trips that inspire. Imagine date night elevated. Order your free guide at travelok.com. Imagine that.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma, coming to you from the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum in Oklahoma City. A great place to spend a few hours exploring the American West. So many impressive works of art here.
And the same can be said about a new work of public art in Enid. Come along with me now to get a glimpse of Romy Owen's latest work.
Public art is many times underappreciated, yet there's much to cheer about it. Anyone can view it just about any time, day or night, alone or with family and friends. Also, public art creates a connection to a person's community. And for artist Romy Owens, wanting to do something for her community of Enid was the beginning of this project.
My initial inspiration for the project was to create something that would have a nighttime interest for downtown Enid specifically.
And with many artistic endeavors, Romy says the project certainly evolved.
There were various iterations of what it could look like or should look like.
Once the location was found, the second step consisted of formulating the scale.
In terms of scale, I knew I wanted something that you could at least walk through. One of the things I kept talking about with the architect while we were working on it was like, I want it to feel like little birds under a wing, and just kept making this gesture. And I mean, you see that kind of repeated form throughout this.
After many months of hard work, the project was completed, and it is now very impressive, especially at night.
My understanding and appreciation of this project comes through the eyes of other people. So overhead we've got this starry sky and all of these lights that have been modified to be pinpoints of light. So you look up and there's over 1,000 little pinpoints of light overhead.
The sidewalk is especially enchanting because on a sunny day it sparkles and glitters. How is that? Because they used holographic glitter. Public art can not only create an attachment to one's community, but also the art can affect a community's sense of place.
You know, a community wants to be unique, but it's not obvious. You can't just go pick something out of the catalog. That's the definition of unique. And so having the opportunity to have this really special piece of public art, there's nothing like it in the state, in the country, really, and nothing like it this scale. In a community our size, it's special.
And it's just another item we can put in our tool belt to bring people to Enid. This is such a unique project. It's just it's wonderful to be inside of this and walk through and experience it.
I think any artist going into making something hopes that there's an audience that connects with it. I have been surprised time and time again how broad that audience is for this. So while I have ascribed a concept to it, that it is about connection, it is about community building, it is about the idea of here's a place where you can come and be contemplative, or you could celebrate. At the end of the day, it is not for me to tell people how to experience or how to feel about it, but for me, it continues to be a place in which hopefully there can be community building.
You will find the Under Her Wings sculpture in downtown Enid off Park Avenue between Grand and Independence.
You know, if you stop and think about it, we all have a little bit of an artist in us. I mean, maybe not to this level.
Oh, not even close. But if you want to find a simple, creative way to show your artsy side, we have a great idea for you. Right now, Julie Chin takes us to the Bead Merchant in Tulsa.
I just love what I do. I think I truly love what I do.
Suzanne Bernard is the Bead Merchant, a woman with a vision as vibrant as the baubles she sells.
When you look around this room, what do you see?
Potential. Just beautiful little pieces of potential.
This bead store began in Suzanne's bedroom. 30 years later, it's now believed to be the biggest store of its kind in the region.
It's my home away from home.
Allison Higgins shops here a few times a week. She makes handcrafted earrings.
I want quality merchandise, and I find quality merchandise here.
She's got all kinds of beads and stones and wire.
It's quite the collection of tiny treasures from all over the world.
We have beads from Tibet. We have beads, African trade beads that are 100 to 300 years old. We have semi-precious beads. We have bone. We have horn.
How many beads do you have in here?
Gazillions. We have so many, I have no idea. I mean, it would just be impossible to know.
You'll find a rainbow of colors and a menagerie of materials, from crystal to ceramic to these carved Arkansas river rocks from right here in Tulsa.
It's an absolute wonderland, and people might think that they have to know what jewelry making's all about, but they don't. They can come in and just explore and find a new craft for themselves, or just make something personal for someone in their lives.
Suzanne and her staffers are here to help with technique, tools, and hardware. You can book a party or a private lesson, or simply walk into work and pull up a chair.
I've had people come make fishing lures. I've had somebody come buy beads to fill their handmade hacky sacks, who's like some hacky sack pro. That was a new one. There's so many things that you can make.
The Bead Merchant, inspiring creativity with baubles, bangles, and beads.
Everybody who walks in here is either an artist or a future artist.
This is my favorite place.
In Tulsa, I'm Julie Chin, discovering Oklahoma.
The Bead Merchant is located at 1547 South Harvard in Tulsa. They're open noon to 6, Tuesday through Saturday, closed Sunday and Monday. Hit up their website for details on classes or to shop online.
Coming up on Discover Oklahoma.
Our grandmother came here, our Mimi. We have a picture of her in store with her suitcase leaving Walika, Oklahoma, coming to the big town of Norman.
The sweet story of how this Sooner shop in Norman got its start.
We have just about everything. We have several different types of schnitzels, bratwurst, knockwurst, wienerle.
And where you can eat like you're in Germany, coming up right here on Discover Oklahoma.
Why order a free Oklahoma outdoor guide? Uncover unique wonders. Cultivate your curiosity. And wake up your wild side. Order or download your free copy today.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. We're exploring the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum in Oklahoma City. And after you've wrapped up your afternoon at the museum, it might be time for a little shopping.
And if you head south from here for about 30 minutes, you'll wind up on Campus Corner in Norman. Right now, Deanne Stein shows us a place called Blush.
Boomer Sooner couldn't ring any louder when you step inside Blush Norman on Campus Corner.
We're third generation OU alum.
And sisters Ashley Montgomery and Megan Benson are ready to outfit you for game day. They carry a wide selection of OU apparel, from t-shirts and hats to pins and even masks, all made by brands based here in Oklahoma. They even pay homage to their alma mater with vintage decor collected by their mother.
Our grandmother came here, our Mimi. We have a picture of her in store with her suitcase leaving Walika, Oklahoma, coming to the big town of Norman.
Along with all the OU spirit wear, Megan and Ashley also offer trendy apparel with a fashion sense they got from their grandmother.
She always made sure that we had the most up-to-date, fashionable things, took us shopping all the time. She would cut out magazine pictures and articles about what was on trend and what was fashionable and what we needed to get. And so we just have got that from her.
And you can see it throughout the store, fashionable outfits they've put together for any occasion.
I can come in here and get a dress, or she can find like an OU thing for me or a sweater, so just depending on the season, I'll find something that works.
Megan will even help her customers find the perfect style.
It is fun to push people out of their comfort zone too. A lot of times people come in and they see something on a mannequin, they're like, I would have never put that together, and then they put it on, they end up loving it.
She knows me so well, and she knows really, and it's not just me, but she knows what looks good on people. So it's not even just coming in to shop. You know that you're gonna get somebody that's gonna help you feel the best in what you're getting when you walk out of the store.
Blush Norman also offers all the accessories you need to complete your look. Fun hats, belts, and bags, along with shoes and made in Oklahoma jewelry.
It's not just for the typical college girl, but I mean, I'm almost 40 and still coming back here.
There's also an array of gift ideas like cards and candles, and these exclusive pillows they've designed themselves using local vendors.
We just feel like we should also support other Oklahoma businesses.
If you're staying in, you can also shop online.
We have a big selection of really comfy kind of clothes that people can bundle up and wear at home, since a lot of people aren't going out right now, but still look cute.
In Norman, I'm Deanne Stein for Discover Oklahoma.
You'll find Blush at 566 Buchanan in Norman. They're open 10:30 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 11 to 4 on Sundays.
Up next on Discover Oklahoma.
If you want bratwurst, you get bratwurst.
German food in the heart of Lawton. We'll show you what's cooking when Discover Oklahoma continues.
There are some things you just can't contain. Oklahoma Today magazine is bursting with culture. Mind-blowing restaurants, trips, adventures, and so much more. This Christmas, do something unexpected. Give the gift of Oklahoma Today for only $14.95. Oklahoma Today magazine. Break through the ordinary.
We always enjoy our time here at the Cowboy.
We do indeed, but as we wrap things up, it is imperative that we find a place to eat right now. And how about if we stop in your neck of the woods?
That sounds good to me. Photojournalist Casey Kennedy takes us to Muti's German restaurant in my hometown of Lawton.
The pictures, all the mugs and everything, all the beers. It's so old-fashioned in here. That's what people like. When they come in here, they say, wow, for sure. Right? Right.
We've been here in this location for 8 years, and I've had the restaurant for 10 years. I am a German-born Army brat with a German mother, and went to high school in Germany. So I love the food, the culture, just about everything German.
They're all like family. Customers come in, they say, she knows what I want to drink, you know what I want to eat. Most of them don't even have to have a menu. because they've been coming so long. So it's more like a family than a restaurant.
Home fries is pan-fried potatoes.
We have just about everything. We have several different types of schnitzels, bratwurst, knockwurst, wienerle, leberkäse. The schnitzels is a hand-breaded pork loin, and then it comes with several different toppings, giving it its name, like the Jaeger schnitzel is a mushroom gravy. Zigeuner is the peppers and onion with its own gravy. The Rahm schnitzel is just plain gravy, brown. The paprika schnitzel, the Parmesan schnitzel, the nature, and then just the list goes on. And then we have grill samplers, the grill teller.
I love it. I've been working at so many places because I've been here in the States since the 1990s. I've been working other places, but this is the first place where it's a real German atmosphere. My favorite thing is I like just no gravy on the schnitzel, so the plain schnitzel. They come in here and sit them down, and I tell them, I said, if you don't behave, you're gonna get a spanking. So most of the time they behave. Sometimes they try not to behave, so they're gonna get it. Okay. Who's gonna get it? Two boys. Especially at night after they have few beers. That's what they want.
The food is excellent. If you want bratwurst, you get bratwurst. If you want to turn around and want currywurst, you get currywurst. You want a schnitzel? They're great. Walk in here, you'll walk into a little bit of Germany.
Mooties is open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 9 on weekends. You will find them at 1410 Southwest Sheridan.
A big thank you to everyone here at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum for hosting us this week. They're open 7 days a week, located at 1700 Northwest 63rd in Oklahoma City. You can find details on hours and admission with discount rates for senior citizens on their website. And be sure to check back next weekend as their new exhibit, Spyro and the Art of the Mississippian World, opens. You'll definitely want to check it out. And don't forget to check out their amazing gift shop too.
And coming up next Saturday on Discover Oklahoma, we will blast off at the Stafford Air and Space Museum in Weatherford.
And inside the Frank Lloyd Wright skyscraper for dinner. We're headed to the Price Tower restaurant next week, right here on Discover Oklahoma.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma.